Our next guest is a true hero in the eyes of many people in Philadelphia and beyond, and his story is attracting nationwide attention after he was featured as one of Reader's Digest's Everyday Heroes of 2006. Joining us is Micahel Taub from the Homeless Advocacy Project. I like sitting next to heroes. What about the title, being called a hero? Are you comfortable with that?
Well, not so much. There are too many people who do what I do and who have been doing it a lot longer than I have. It's flattering, but at the same time, there are so many people who've been doing it, and they deserve the credit as much as I do.
You're being very humble.
I wish they all could receive the honor.
Well, your mother must be very proud.
She is.
And your father as well.
Yes, very proud.
North Jersey boy who graduated from law school. And let me see if I got this straight. You're walking down the street one day, you have a well-paying job lined up for yourself, but then you see something on the street and everything changes. What happened?
Well, I had always known that I wanted to do something to help people, and I went to law school and I sort of strayed from that a little bit. And when I was leaving law school, I realized that that's what I wanted to do with my law degree. And seeing people on the street certainly made me aware of how I could help. And this job came along, and it just was a perfect fit.
So how does a lawyer help somebody that's on the street?
Well, we can help them to avoid being on the street if they're being evicted from their apartment or something along those lines. We also help them if they need disability or some sort of benefits, health benefits, food stamps, things that when you're on the street are difficult to get. So we can help them get disability, have a little bit of income, and then with that income they might be able to find a room or a small apartment just to get them off the street.
You sort them through the legalese, and a number of the people that you've helped in the past have been Vietnam veterans. And one person that is very special to you, and you are very special to him, is John Lavery. Tell me about John.
Well, Mr. Lavery had a long, complicated case. He'd been fighting with the VA for maybe 15, 20 years to try and get benefits. He'd always been denied. When I got his file, I went through it and I saw there were a lot of inconsistencies in the file, that the VA hadn't really done its job in terms of reviewing his file, and we were able to sort through it, find some people, track down people from his past who remembered his experiences in the service, and present the case to the VA. And they, you know, from what we presented, there really was no choice to be made. He deserved benefits and he was entitled to them, and he got them. And
how's his life right now? How are things working out for him? And he has a daughter as well that through your help, eventually that's helping her.
Well, he does have family and he's been able to help them. I know that his mother, he was also able to help for a while. So he's doing pretty well. I mean, it's always a struggle a little bit. The Vietnam vets have a hard time when they've came back to the country, and I think a lot of what they saw and experienced still haunts them. So he's always a little bit struggling, but he's doing a lot better than he was when we first met, and he was in the shelter and on the street and living, you know, as he said, eating out of garbage and stuff like that.
Right. You took about a $75,000 a year pay cut to work at a job that's, I imagine, very fulfilling but emotionally draining. But at the same time, your job is no guarantee because you depend on public funding, and that's always a risk, how long that's going to be around. Where are you right now with that?
Well, we do rely mostly on private donations from people in the community. We did lose a lot of funding last year from an organization that was supporting our project to work just with the vets. That fell through, and we're just trying to reach out to the community to get more funding. So it's always a product of how responsive people in the community are. Right now, we need it more than ever because of the number of vets now coming back. We're starting to see them as being homeless. So it's always a little touch and go, but you know, we're optimistic that the community will respond the way that it should to our veterans.
If you get the big award, you're nominated for the award right now, but if you get it, how's that going to change your life? Or it doesn't change it at all?
No, it won't change it. I mean, I do what I do regardless of the accolades from other people. I do it because it means something to me, and I don't measure myself by that. Like I said, I wish I could give it to the people who've been doing this for a long time before me. Philadelphia has a great public interest community of lawyers who've been setting the bar for a long, long time, and I'm just one of those to come and follow in their tradition.
Setting the bar and setting a very great example. Take care of yourself. Let us know how things are going. Have a good new year.
Thank you.
That's Micahel Taub, one of Reader's Digest's Everyday Heroes of 2006, and we appreciate you being with us here. By the way, you can vote for who should be named Reader's Digest Big Hero of the Year by logging onto the website at the bottom of your screen, rd.com/.